Thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive. I'm Niranjan. And we're getting you three big stories on the show at 7 p.m. this evening. Exclusive leads on three stories we've been following on the last day of 2024. And as you join us on Republic TV on top of 7 p.m., let's get you the news summarized with note assist using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Manipur Chief Minister has apologized for the unrest in his state. Has called the 2024 the year very unfortunate. Hopes normalcy will be restored in 2025. BJP versus Aam Aadmi Party over the announcement by Team Kejriwal on the 18,000 rupee dole to priests and Granthis in Delhi. Leaders from the Sikh community stage a protest in the national capital demanding an apology from Congress leader Priyanka Vadra. And there is some relief for former cricketer Robin Uthappa. The Karnataka High Court has temporarily stayed his arrest warrant. And that was the news summarized with a note assist using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Let's start our big story of the day. The first breaking news update that we have on top of the story. Yesterday we told you the story of the contractor suicide. There have been several contractor suicides in the state of Karnataka, and the BJP claims there is a honey trap angle and the role of Supari killers in the story of the contractor who committed suicide, and in his death note had allegedly named sitting minister Priyank Kharge, who is also the son of Mallikarjun Kharge. He had named Mallikarjun Kharge's aide. He had written a minister's aide referring to Mallikarjun Kharge. Mallikarjun Kharge himself has not denied that claim. Let me go across to my colleague Sri Lakshmi joining us from the Bengaluru newsroom. Quick update, Sri Lakshmi, on what the latest claim is. There is news of the honey trap angle, two states being involved. How does a second state come into the picture here? What's the update that you have?
Well, Niranjan, opposition leader for Legislative Council Chalwadi Narayanaswamy has given a new twist to the whole story today, saying that there is a link to this whole gang of Raju Kapanur along with these honey trap gang. There's another gang who does all these honey trap kind of a thing, and who also hires people for killing, like Supari killers. And this gang is linked to Raju Kapanur gang. That's what Chalwadi Narayanaswamy is claiming. He is also saying that since the magnitude of this case is so huge, this investigation of this case has to be handed over to CBI. That's what Chalwadi Narayanaswamy is claiming. There's also a talk going around in Kalburgi since 5 to 6 months that there is a gang which is operating by using this honey trap thing, and it also hires people to kill, other people in Kalburgi. And it is not yet known that whether this gang is linked to Raju Kapanur or not, but that's what Chalwadi Narayanaswamy is claiming. There's another angle to it, which is 60 lakh rupees. 60 lakh rupees has been given to Sachin by Raju Kapnur. That's what Raju Kapnur claims. But why Raju Kapnur gave 60 lakh rupees to Sachin is not yet known. And what is the source of this 60 lakh rupees to is not known. And today Priyank Kharge has tweeted saying that this Raju Kapnur is also close to many other BJP MLAs and other leaders as well. But that doesn't give any answer to this honey trap question, Niranjan. So this whole story is getting a new twist by this honey trap angle.
Okay, thank you for joining us with those inputs. Srilakshmi joining us from the newsroom in Bengaluru. Let's move on to the second big story that we are tracking here on Republic TV. We broke the update this morning that a nurse from Kerala had been handed a death sentence by Yemen for a murder that dates back to the year 2017. We have the full story of how her family has reacted today and what the Indian government is saying. We will also be joined by her family lawyer. But here's the story so far. Story of Nimisha Priya and how India continues to fight for her.
The Ministry of External Affairs or the MEA has assured all help to the distressed family members of Indian nurse Nimisha Priya, who is on death row in Yemen. This after the Indian nurse was handed a death sentence after being convicted of murder. Her sentence was subsequently approved by the Yemeni President Rashad al-Alimi, dealing a setback to her family's efforts to secure a pardon. Her family members have issued a desperate appeal to the centre to intervene in the matter and negotiate her release with the Yemeni authorities. Posting on his social media handle on X, MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said that the centre would provide necessary assistance to Nimisha's family in their efforts to secure her release. The Kerala native is accused of murdering a Yemeni citizen, Talal Abdo Mahdi, who she met in 2014.
Our demand is to the central government of India to act promptly and in a speedy way. India government has appointed a Yemeni lawyer to act on behalf of Nimisha Priya. That is 4 years back. Now, being the presidential order to sentence her has come, there is no time for us to continue, so that government has to involve immediately with the Yemen government to stop the execution.
Nimisha said that Mahdi helped her start her clinic in 2015 but soon turned violent and abusive. She allegedly injected him with sedatives in 2017, resulting in his death from a suspected overdose. Speaking to Republic, her lawyer Subhash Chandran called on to the centre to secure Nimisha's release by negotiating a blood money deal with the Yemeni authorities.
Discussion with the tribal leaders in Yemen, and we have the same Nimisha Priya International Action Council, which is formed for saving the life of Nimisha. We have already transferred around 38 to 40 lakhs rupees to the negotiated there. So we are still hopeful. The government, if the government, the Ministry of External Affairs, the mission there intervenes to this issue and reach out to the victim's family, and if they can convince the victim's family, if they are ready to accept the blood money and pardon her, her life will be saved.
Earlier this year, her mother flew to the Yemeni capital of Sana'a to claim clemency for her daughter, but her efforts came to naught. Her execution is scheduled to be carried out in a month. As the MEA comes out in her support, is there hope for Nimisha Priya?
And that's the story of Nimisha Priya. She's been handed a death penalty. Even now, the family is fighting back, hoping the Indian government can strike some sort of a deal with Yemen. Nimisha Priya was found guilty of killing a Yemeni national and has been in prison since 2017 for almost 7 years now, 8 years. She's been sentenced to death by a trial court in Yemen in the year 2018 itself, 1 year after the alleged crime. India has responded saying that we are now extending all possible help to explore relevant options in the death sentence of Nimisha Priya, the Kerala nurse who was convicted of murdering a Yemeni citizen. And then even now the family, the lawyer saying that unless a pardon from the victim's family is obtained, the execution will take place in a month. So they just have less than a month, 30 days of time before the government can possibly intervene and speak to Yemen to secure a blood money deal. Meanwhile, the Ministry of External Affairs has said that the government is aware of the sentencing of Nimisha Priya. That was the first response that came in. We understand that the family of Nimisha Priya is exploring relevant options and that the government is extending all possible help in the matter. Now, this story dates back to 2017. Now, why was she handed a death sentence? There was a Yemeni national called Talal Abdo Mahdi. Talal Abdo Mahdi. He was sentenced to death. The story is involving Talal Abdo Mahdi. She's been held guilty of killing this Yemeni national, and she was sentenced to death by a trial court in Yemen in 2018. Okay, so that's the story so far. We are hoping to speak to the lawyer of Nimisha Priya in just a few minutes. I'm going to come back to the story. I'll come back to that story, but getting in another breaking news update right now in the national capital. We have elections in Delhi coming up in just a few days. And the Congress party is upping its fight against Arvind Kejriwal. Every single day they pick up an issue just like the BJP does. And today's issue that the Congress is held on to a comment by the Aam Aadmi Party where some in the Aam Aadmi Party have said that Atishi is a temporary chief minister. To it, Sandeep Dixit has responded. Sandeep Dixit is a Congress leader from Delhi and has responded to what the Aam Aadmi Party has said. I'd like to play out that reaction that came in on Republic exclusively this evening.
बीके सक्सेना की तरफ से एलजी की तरफ से एक पत्र लिखा गया जिसमें यह कहा गया है कि कई बार पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल से अस्थायी मुख्यमंत्री जो है प्रेजेंट जो मुख्यमंत्री है उन्हें कहा गया है। इस पर उन्होंने आपत्ति भी जताई है। क्या कहा?
टेम्पररी चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल ने, अस्थायी, ये तो बहुत ही गलत है। आप कैसे किसी चुने हुए मुख्यमंत्री को अस्थायी कह सकते हैं? और ये चुनी गई हैं भाई, कौन चुनता है मुख्यमंत्री? लोग नहीं चुनते, विधायक चुनते हैं। विधिवत रूप से ये चुनी जाती हैं, बल्कि आप ढोल बजाते हैं कि महिला मुख्यमंत्री, काबिल मुख्यमंत्री, पढ़ी लिखी मुख्यमंत्री बनी है, तो क्या वो इसी काबिल है कि आप उसको टेम्परेरी बना दें? मतलब ये कोई वो गाय भैंस है क्या, भेड़ बकरी हैं क्या कि टेम्परेरी हैं? ये क्या मतलब है भाई? आपको क्या किसी का सम्मान नहीं है, किसी की इज्जत नहीं है आपके मन में? अपने पार्टी के नेताओं के प्रति भी कोई सम्मान नहीं है क्या? तभी तो मैं कहता हूं अरविंद केजरीवाल के लिए हर आदमी नौकर है, नौकर के अलावा और कुछ नहीं है।
बीके सक्सेना की तरफ से एलजी की तरफ से एक पत्र लिखा गया जिसमें यह कहा गया है कि कई बार पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल से अस्थायी मुख्यमंत्री जो है प्रेजेंट जो मुख्यमंत्री है उन्हें कहा गया है। इस पर उन्होंने आपत्ति भी जताई है। क्या कहा?
टेम्पररी चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल ने, अस्थायी, ये तो बहुत ही गलत है। आप कैसे किसी चुने हुए मुख्यमंत्री को अस्थायी कह सकते हैं? और ये चुनी गई हैं भाई, कौन चुनता है मुख्यमंत्री? लोग नहीं चुनते, विधायक चुनते हैं। विधिवत रूप से ये चुनी जाती हैं, बल्कि आप ढोल बजाते हैं कि महिला मुख्यमंत्री, काबिल मुख्यमंत्री, पढ़ी लिखी मुख्यमंत्री बनी है, तो क्या वो इसी काबिल है कि आप उसको टेम्परेरी बना दें? मतलब ये कोई वो गाय भैंस है क्या, भेड़ बकरी हैं क्या कि टेम्परेरी हैं? ये क्या मतलब है भाई? आपको क्या किसी का सम्मान नहीं है, किसी की इज्जत नहीं है आपके मन में? अपने पार्टी के नेताओं के प्रति भी कोई सम्मान नहीं है क्या? तभी तो मैं कहता हूं अरविंद केजरीवाल के लिए हर आदमी नौकर है, नौकर के अलावा और कुछ नहीं है।
Okay, I'm taking a break on This Is Exclusive at 7 p.m. When I come back, I'm getting you a big news break. Stay tuned. Back with another news break after this break.
In the India Today Best Universities 2023 survey, India's #1 ranked universities in various streams are JNU Delhi, Amity University, AIMS Delhi, IIT Delhi and National Law School Bengaluru.
Australia bowled India out for 155 to claim a thrilling fifth-day victory in front of a record test crowd on Monday in the fourth test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy series at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Australia's 184-run victory gives the home side a 2-1 advantage ahead of the fifth and final test of the series, which is scheduled to start on January 3rd at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Set a target of 340 which they were to chase down in 92 overs, India survived for 79.1 overs, with Australia set to take the second new ball in the following over. But the visitors collapsed after tea on Monday, losing 7 wickets for just 43 runs. It is a result that dents not only their hopes of retaining the Border Gavaskar Trophy, but their chances of making the World Test Championship final in 2025 as well. Mathematically, India are not yet out of the reckoning, but they will need to hope that certain results go their way if they are to somehow make it to the summit clash. The first thing that India must do is win the final test of the series at Sydney. Should India lose the fifth test, then they will be out of the reckoning. Even a draw would not be enough for India. Should they either lose or draw the Sydney test, Australia will qualify for the final, as even a 2-0 series loss away from home to Sri Lanka would not dent their percentage points enough to dislodge them from their second spot. And if India win the Sydney test, their qualification would be dependent on Sri Lanka getting a positive result.
Night mode on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra lets you capture stunning photos and videos even in the darkest settings. By reducing noise and enhancing details, it ensures that every shot is sharp, vibrant, and beautifully balanced. Say goodbye to blurry, washed out night shots and hello to vivid, optimized imagery that truly brings your nighttime moments to life. Ready to experience the magic of nightography? Let's go!
आज बहुत खुशी की बात है कि जनपुरा विधानसभा में किलोकरी गांव के इस मंदिर में विभिन्न मंदिरों के
Welcome back. We just got in a few pictures into the newsroom from the Maha Kumbh, the preparations for the Maha Kumbh underway in Uttar Pradesh. I'd like to go across straight up to those pictures that just came in. Beautiful images. Look at that. Look at that. This is all set to be the world's largest gathering. Just a few days to go, and the Uttar Pradesh government, led by Yogi Adityanath, set to host the Maha Kumbh Mela on the 13th of January 2025. Set to be the world's largest gathering, promises to be the most grand, unprecedented in the history of the Kumbh Mela. Look at those pictures, ladies and gentlemen, just coming in, beaming in from Prayagraj. And something that Yogi Adityanath himself is personally overseeing preparations through frequent site visits, meetings, ensuring that every detail is being looked into, and the event being organized with a massive budget upwards of 6,300 crores, of which over 5,600 crores have already been allocated, with collaborations across the world, and it's set to be the largest, the grandest event globally, with a scale and budget 3 times that of the 2013 Kumbh that was held. Staying with those pictures, now you're looking at the kind of arrangements that we are seeing. Massive scale, 1,60,000 tents, 1.5 lakh toilets, 1,250 kilometer pipeline. That's the scale at which the preparation is on. And as 2024 draws to a close, the entire state machinery in Uttar Pradesh now converging upon Sangam, the sacred confluence of the Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati River in Prayagraj, racing against time to finalize the preparations for the Maha Kumbh beginning the 13th of January. And for the last 2 months almost, an army of workers has been diligently channeling the rivers, widening roads, leveling the ghats to transform the region in anticipation of one of the largest events in the world. Recently, the Prime Minister also made a mention of the Maha Kumbh, where he described the event as the Maha Kumbh of unity, as he urged people to return from the grand congregation with the resolve to banish hate and division from the society. And these are drone pictures that came in just a few minutes back. And it's held every 12 years. The Maha Kumbh is going to begin on the 13th of January and conclude on Mahashivratri, that's after 45 days, on the 26th of February this year, drawing in millions and millions of pilgrims to the banks of Ganga at Sangam. And this year the state government is expecting at least, we are hearing at least 40 crore devotees to take the holy dip and make the Maha Kumbh the largest religious gathering in the world. The monumental task of preparing for such an event includes meticulous planning and extensive logistics. And final bit of information that we have, the authorities overseeing the installation of upwards of 1.5 lakh tents, upwards of 1.5 lakh toilets that will be serviced by 15,000 sanitation workers, 1,250 kilometers of pipeline, 67,000 LED lights, 2,000 solar lights, and 3 lakh plants to give the area a complete makeover. Okay, so those are the pictures that we are leaving you with. On top of this is exclusive tonight. And as we come to the end of this newsreel, let's record and summarize with noticist on Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Okay, so Congress General Secretary K.C. Venugopal has now locked horns with BJP leader and Maharashtra Minister Nitish Rane for calling Kerala a mini Pakistan. There's a debate ongoing and the Congress leader says that for the entire world, Kerala is a model state that has continuously topped the human development indices, especially on education, healthcare and overall standard of living. Venugopal said that the comment displays deep-rooted animosity for people of the southern states and that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi should immediately sack Rane. Precise reading of the news in a simpler format using the Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. We will be back with the headlines in just a few minutes. Stay tuned.
Night mode on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra lets you capture stunning photos and videos even in the darkest settings. By reducing noise and enhancing details, it ensures that every shot is sharp, vibrant, and beautifully balanced. Say goodbye to blurry, washed out night shots and hello to vivid, optimized imagery that truly brings your nighttime moments to life. Ready to experience the magic of nightography? Let's go.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
बारे में तो हम सब ने बहुत सुना है, लेकिन केजरीवाल जी तो एक नई हवा लेकर आए हैं चुनावी छलावों की। ये तुष्टिकरण की राजनीति है, जहां पर उन्होंने कह दिया कि वो पुजारियों को और ग्रंथियों को वेतन देंगे।
BJP box Arvind Kejriwal over apps rupees 18,008 for priests, calls him a Chunavi Hindu. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh apologizes for unrest in the state, says entire year has been very unfortunate. TMC MP Saket Gokhale mocks Rajnath Singh for performing puja at the Mahakal temple in Ujjain. BJP says Hindu Astha insulted. Sandeep Dixit to file a defamation case against AAP over Kejriwal's charge of Congress-BJP nexus. Leaders from the Sikh community staged a protest in the national capital demanding an apology from Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra for the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. All right, let's begin this bulletin with a breaking news development coming in connection with the Delhi polls. Delhi Chief Minister Atishi, in fact, has written a letter to Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena. The letter is regarding demolition of some temples and Buddhist religious places in Delhi on the orders of the LG. The LG Secretariat has in fact now responded and said that neither are any temples, mosques, churches or any other place of worship being broken, demolished, nor has any file to this effect come to the office of the Lieutenant Governor. And a letter war really panning out. Remember, yesterday the Delhi LG had written to Atishi condemning the use of word temporary chief minister by her leader Arvind Kejriwal for the present chief minister. And now there is a letter which Atishi has written to the LG saying that no demolition of any religious places should be taking place in Delhi, but the LG office, the Raj Niwas, suggesting that this is out of the blue, this has no basis because there is no request whatsoever before the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi for any demolitions, and that nothing of that kind is actually happening. All right, we move on to a next quick breaking development coming in Maharashtra. Moving on to Maharashtra. The Maharashtra ATS has arrested 9 Bangladeshi citizens. The anti-terrorist squad arrested them from Vikhroli in Nashik, Akola, Nanded and Mumbai. All these Bangladeshis were living illegally. Now these 9 Bangladeshis arrested by Maharashtra ATS in a major swoop down on illegals from various places in Maharashtra, which include Nashik, which include Mumbai, which include Vikhroli. And action now being taken. Remember, Akola also. Remember, we had the Delhi police similarly carrying out a major anti-illegal immigrant drive over the last fortnight. In fact, it's going to continue in Delhi. And now it seems even Mumbai picking it up and carrying out this illegals eviction drive. Those would be now taken to detention centers. From there, after due legal process is followed, they would be deported back to Bangladesh. It seems it's a national anti-illegals drive being carried out in Maharashtra by the anti-terrorist squad. That's a big one coming in. Back-to-back breakings in this bulletin. And another one now from Bengaluru, Karnataka, where the Bengaluru police has banned whistling and masks in public places during New Year's Eve celebrations that are already taking place, in fact, in the Silicon Valley of India. As the city gears up to bring in the new year, elaborate security measures in place, and as part of that, the Bengaluru police has asked whistles not to be blown, essentially as a security measure, particularly aimed at safety of women, it seems. And as we see in the pictures, which are going to come in a while, all bedecked MG Road, where over 1 lakh people gather every year closer to the midnight. Over 2,000 police personnel have been deployed, and the Bengaluru police has given instructions or passed an order that no one should indulge in whistling, essentially aimed at capping, preventing harassment of women that typically goes with that kind of boisterous, rowdy crowd, unfortunately. So enjoy your New Year celebrations, but do not indulge in any activity or act which compromises safety, particularly that of women. That seems to be the message of Bengaluru police. Moving on. All right, another breaking news development. Back-to-back breakings coming in this bulletin amid the political row over AAP's poll promise for pujaris and granthis. Now the BJP has today, that's the breaking news. BJP has today now launched a fresh attack, a counter-attack, in fact, on Kejriwal, and called him Chunavi Hindu. The Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal, remember, had launched what is now being called a cash aid scheme. In fact, Kejriwal has now pointed out that the BJP has been in power in Gujarat for years now and governs 20 states, but has not implemented a scheme like this anywhere. This was in response to the BJP saying, if the AAP government really wants to make this kind of promise, why not first implement it in Punjab? Listen to this bite built, essentially the sound bite with reactions from both the sides.
22 राज्यों में सरकार है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की और उनके सहयोगियों की, नंबर 1 बात। दूसरी बात, पुजारियों और ग्रंथियों के खिलाफ क्यों आ गई है भारतीय जनता पार्टी मैदान में? इसका मतलब मानसिकता से ये लोग नफरतों से भरे हुए हैं। मानसिकता से ये भारतीय झगड़ा पार्टी है। इनको दिन रात झगड़ा करना है, नफरत फैलाना है। अरे केजरीवाल जी ने एक योजना की घोषणा की है, आप वो योजना 22 राज्यों में लागू करके दिखाइए। आप काम के नाम पे कंपटीशन कीजिए ना हमसे। काम कर नहीं पाते हो, विरोध करने के लिए पहले आ जाते हो। महिला सम्मान राशि होगा, उसका विरोध करेंगे। बस की फ्री यात्रा महिलाओं के लिए होगी, उसका विरोध करेंगे। बुजुर्गों के लिए तीर्थ यात्रा होगी, उसका विरोध करेंगे। मोहल्ला क्लिनिक होगा, उसका विरोध करेंगे। बिजली फ्री होगा, उसका विरोध करेंगे। पानी फ्री। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी सिर्फ और सिर्फ विरोध करने के लिए बनी हुई है। इनका और कोई काम नहीं है। तो इसलिए ये बौखलाए हुए हैं। और मैं ये समझता हूं कि जो देश भर के पुजारी हैं, ग्रंथी हैं, उनके बीच में एक अच्छा संदेश इस बात से गया है। और मैं समझता हूं अगर जरा सी भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी में शर्म बची है तो ऐसी योजना का विरोध करने के बजाय अपने राज्यों में इसको लागू करके दिखाएं।
मैंने पहले भी आपसे कहा था कि चुनावी जुमलों के बारे में तो हम सब ने बहुत सुना है, लेकिन केजरीवाल जी तो एक नई हवा लेकर आए हैं चुनावी छलावों की। और ये वो केजरीवाल जी है, ये वो आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार है जिसने 17 महीनों से ना इमामों को वेतन दिया, ना मौलवियों को वेतन दिया। ये तुष्टिकरण की राजनीति है, जहां पर उन्होंने कह दिया कि वो पुजारियों को और ग्रंथियों को वेतन देंगे। मैं पूछना चाहती हूं कि जब मौलवी आपके यहां पर पहुंचे थे तब तो इन्होंने जवाब में ये कह दिया था कि भाई ये वेतन नहीं है, ऑनरेरियम है। ऑनरेरियम है, इसलिए अगर मेरे पास पैसा होगा तभी तो मैं दूंगा। तो मैं पूछना चाहती हूं कि केजरीवाल जी, सरकार आपकी है, आजकल तो कोई भी मॉडल कोड ऑफ कॉन्डक्ट नहीं लगा, तो आप चुनाव की प्रतीक्षा क्यों कर रहे हैं? 1 दशक तक आपने ना पुजारियों का सम्मान करा, ना धर्म स्थलों का सम्मान करा, ना ग्रंथियों का सम्मान करा। आज जब चुनाव निकट हैं तो आप उनको वोट बैंक की राजनीति के तहत उनका स्मरण कर रहे हैं, उनको ये झूठे वादे दिखा रहे हैं। आपकी तो सरकार है, आप क्यों नहीं कहते आतिशी जी को आज ही कैबिनेट नोट में सैंक्शन करवाइए, प्रस्तावित करवाइए, क्यों रुक रहे हैं?
मैं तो हर मंगलवार को हनुमान मंदिर आता हूं और हनुमान जी का भक्त हूं, और आज वर्ष का अंतिम मंगलवार है, अंतिम दिन है। जहां तक केजरीवाल जो घोषणाएं कर रहे हैं वो तो चुनावी घोषणाएं हैं, चाहे पुजारियों के लिए, ग्रंथियों के लिए, मौलानाओं को तो अभी तक पैसे मिले नहीं, 18 महीने से वो कह रहे हैं। बाकी चुनाव जो होना चाहिए वो जो गंदा पानी आ रहा है उस पर होना चाहिए, वो जो यमुना प्रदूषित है उस पर होना चाहिए, जो दिल्ली में प्रदूषण है उस पर होना चाहिए, जो भ्रष्टाचार है उस पर होना चाहिए। तो दिल्ली की समस्याओं से ध्यान भटकाने के लिए पिछले 10 साल में अरविंद केजरीवाल ने कुछ किया नहीं, तो अब समस्याओं से ध्यान भटकाने के लिए नित नई घोषणाएं कर रहे हैं।
All right, after BJP's Chunavi Hindu jibe at Kejriwal, it's now Congress's turn to hit out at the former Delhi Chief Minister and AAP Supremo, saying that the AAP chief becomes pro-Hindu only during elections. Listen to Rashad Alvi.
देखिए, सवाल ये नहीं है, सवाल ये है बसें फ्री कर रहे हैं आप महिलाओं के लिए, आप बिजली फ्री कर रहे हैं, आप पानी फ्री कर रहे हैं, आप मस्जिद के इमामों को 16-17 हज़ार रुपये दे रहे हैं, आप पुजारियों को 18,000 रुपये दे रहे हैं। आप देश को कहाँ ले जा रहे हैं? क्या आप जो भी बजट होगा इसी तरह बांटा करेंगे? और अगर इसी तरह बांटेंगे तो ये सड़कें कहाँ से बनेंगी, ये डेवलपमेंट कहाँ से होगा, ये हॉस्पिटल्स और स्कूल कहाँ से बनेंगे? इस तरीके का कोई भी कदम देश के हित में हरगिज़ नहीं हो सकता है। क्या सिर्फ चुनाव जीतना ही आपका मकसद है? क्या आप इस तरीके की रिश्वतें पब्लिक को दे के आप सत्ता हासिल करना चाहते हैं? यही काम आम पार्टी कर रही है और यही काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी कर रही है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी दावा करती है 80 करोड़ लोगों को मुफ्त का राशन दिया जा रहा है। देश का विकास कीजिए, देश के नौजवानों को नौकरियां दीजिए। ये जो मुफ्त की रेवड़ियां आप बांट रहे हैं ये देश के हित में हरगिज नहीं है।
Right, moving on to another breaking news development in connection with the Sambhal violence episode. Asaduddin Owaisi, the AIMIM chief, has now claimed that the police outpost that's being built near the Sambhal Jama Masjid is actually being built on Waqf land. Now, that's a claim being made by Asaduddin Owaisi. He did that with a post in the morning and then has followed it up with a soundbite. But what is important is police sources tell reporters there on the ground that nobody has come to them with any proof or document to show that the land belongs to any Waqf or it's a Waqf property. At fast-paced construction taking place, as you can see on the pictures on your right, of the police outpost that's being built. But let's listen into the claim that was made by Asaduddin Owaisi. Listen in.
The governments have never ensured that where you have higher number of Muslims living in that place or locality or area, the government have failed to provide public services. For example, hospitals, schools, colleges. Now a recent study has been done by Mr. Paul Novosad of Dartmouth College, MIT, which clearly shows that amount of discrimination the governments have shown, especially the BJP government, in not providing public services. If you have the wherewithal to construct a police outpost right opposite the Sambhal historical masjid, why can't you construct schools, colleges, hospitals in Sambhal? It is a known fact that the dropout rate is the highest among Muslim women. It is a known fact that low literacy rates prevail among the Muslims. It is a known fact that you have the lowest number of graduated Muslim community. There are various medical issues. So why isn't the BJP government Uttar Pradesh interested in solving these problems so that what they claim that they want a Vikshit Bharat, okay, if you want a Vikshit Bharat, why don't you provide all these services? But you are having a communal mindset and you are strengthening that communal mindset by creating a suspicion that no, these Muslims areas have to be monitored by CCTV, by police outposts. But what about the killings of those 5 innocent Muslims? Who's responsible for that? So this creation of police outposts is nothing but strengthening suspicion among the Muslims, creating an hate atmosphere of Muslims. That is what, unfortunately, the Uttar Pradesh BJP government is doing, which I condemn it.
सत्यव्रत पुलिस चौकी के विषय में जो भी दस्तावेज हमारे पास आए हैं उसमें कोई भी प्रभावी या विधिक पक्षकार अभी तक हमारे पास नहीं आए हैं और जिस दस्तावेज की बात कर रहे हैं वो अनरजिस्टर्ड है, असत्यापित है। तो इस विषय में हम और भी जांच कर रहे हैं, लेकिन प्रारंभिक जांच में इस तरह की कोई चीज़ निकल के नहीं आई है। जो हमारी टीम है वो जांच कर रही है, उसमें जो हिंदू पक्ष है, मुस्लिम पक्ष का है और एएसआई है, तीनों को लेकर के हमारी जांच जारी है। हम तो स्वागत कर रहे हैं। कल भी हमने जो डॉक्यूमेंट दिखाए उनका वेरिफिकेशन कल भी करवाया था। आज जब दिखाए तो आज 2 वकील साहब लोग आए थे तो उनसे भी हमने सारे डॉक्यूमेंट चेक किए। तो जो भी दस्तावेज लेके आता है यदि उसका लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट है तो उनको हम देखेंगे और उसके अनुसार विधिक कार्रवाई करेंगे।
All right, on that note, we slip into a short break, and on the other side, we look at who all have rung in the New Year 2025 already. Be right back. Right, welcome back. Moving on down south, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan makes a strong remark or made a strong remark against Sanatan Dharm, saying that Brahmanism being forced in guise of sanatan is something which should not be done. BJP, of course, has hit back saying that hit back at Pinarayi, calling the Chief Minister anti-Hindu. Listen in.
ധർമ്മയുദ്ധം നടത്തി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ധർമ്മപുത്രർ ഉടലോടെ സ്വർഗത്തിൽ ചെന്നു. അപ്പോൾ അതുവരെ അധർമ്മത്തിന്റെ യുദ്ധം നടത്തിയെന്ന് ആരോപിക്കപ്പെട്ട ദുര്യോധനെ അവിടെ കാണുന്നു. സ്വർഗത്തിൽ പോകാനുള്ള നന്മ കൗരവർ ചെയ്തതായി സൂചിപ്പിക്കുന്നിടത്ത് ധർമ്മത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് മഹാഭാരതം തന്നെ സന്ദേഹമല്ലേ ഉണർത്തുന്നത്? ആ സന്ദേഹം പിന്നെ ചോദ്യം ചെയ്യലായി വളർന്നു. ആ ചോദ്യം ചെയ്യൽ ഏറ്റവും ശക്തമായി നടത്തിയത് നമ്മുടെ ഗുരുവാണ് എന്നതാണ് സത്യം. സനാതനധർമ്മത്തിന്റെ രാഷ്ട്രം എന്ന് പ്രഖ്യാപിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് മാർത്താണ്ഡവർമ്മ പല പരിഷ്കാരങ്ങളും തിരുവിതാംകൂറിൽ വരുത്തിയത്. ഇന്നും ഇടക്കിടക്ക് ഇന്ത്യൻ രാഷ്ട്രീയത്തിൽ മുഴങ്ങിക്കേൾക്കുന്ന വാക്കാണ് സനാതന ഹിന്ദുത്വം. രാജാധിപത്യത്തിനും വർഗീയാധിപത്യത്തിനും ഒരുപോലെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ടതാകുന്നു ഈ വാക്ക് എന്നത് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കണം. സനാതന ഹിന്ദുത്വം എന്ന വാക്കിലൂടെ സ്ഥാപിച്ചെടുക്കാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുന്നത് ബ്രാഹ്മണാധിപത്യത്തിന്റെ പഴയ രാജവാഴ്ചക്കാലമാണ്. ഇതിൽ പരം എന്ത് തെളിവാണ് വേണ്ടത്?
The statement of Kerala Chief Minister Sri Pinarayi Vijayan in the Shivagiri pilgrimage in Varkala in Thiruvananthapuram is an insult to the Sanatana Dharma believers and the Hindu believers. Chief Minister chose the venue of revered Srinarayana Guru. The pilgrimage being organized with the blessings of Srinarayana Guru to denigrate the Sanatana beliefs, the Hindu beliefs. He said that Sanatana Dharma means the dynastic rule, the rule of kings and kings. He said the Sanatana Dharma means casteism. This is nothing more than a continuation of Udayanidhi Stalin mentioned a few months ago, that Sanatana Dharma has to be eradicated. Kerala Chief Minister should understand the various verdicts about Sanatana Dharma by the courts, the philosophy of Sanatana Dharma.
Right, from Kerala back to New Delhi, where Congress leader Sandeep Dixit has threatened that he is going to file a defamation case against the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal because the party alleged that the Congress and possibly Dixit take money from the BJP to spread lies against the Aam Aadmi Party. Clearly not a very friendly fight taking place between the former allies. Listen in.
बता दीजिए और मैं मान जाऊंगा, और इसीलिए मैं चाहता हूं कि जब मुख्यमंत्री जी ने 3 दिन 4 दिन पहले कहा कि हम लोग करोड़ों रुपया भारतीय जनता पार्टी से ले रहे हैं, दुर्भाग्य से अगले दिन उसी शाम को आदरणीय मनमोहन सिंह जी की मृत्यु हो गई, तो हम लोग इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस को नहीं कर पाए. आज ही इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के बाद मेरे लॉयर साहब से मैंने बात की है और मैं आतिश जी और संजय सिंह के खिलाफ, दोनों के खिलाफ क्रिमिनल और सिविल डेफेमेशन का मामला लेकर जा रहा हूं. और मैंने कहा है कि आप इनमें मुझे 10 करोड़ रुपया दीजिए, वो 10 करोड़ रुपया में 5 करोड़ हम यमुना क्लीनिंग में देंगे, जमुना जी की सफाई के लिए डोनेट कर दूंगा, और बाकी का 5 करोड़ जो हवा जहरीली हो रही है उसके लिए डोनेट करूंगा. और ये दोनों केस मैं आज जाकर फाइल करूंगा और देखूंगा इनके पास अगर जवाब हो तो जवाब दे. बहुत आसान है कहना कि फलाने से पैसा लिया, फलाने से पैसा लिया है. 13 साल से कोई चीज प्रूव नहीं कर पाए हैं और इसलिए मैं ये सवाल इनसे पूछना चाहता हूं.
All right, after the death sentence of Kerala native Nimisha Priya was upheld and mercifully rejected by President of Yemen. The Ministry of External Affairs has said that they are in touch with the legal team there in Sana'a and that they will do everything possible to help the embattled Indian citizen who was sentenced to death in a murder case back in 2018. Take a look at this report.
The Ministry of External Affairs, or the MEA, has assured all help to the distressed family members of Indian nurse Nimisha Priya, who is on death row in Yemen. This after the Indian nurse was handed a death sentence after being convicted of murder. Her sentence was subsequently approved by the Yemeni President Rashad al-Alimi, dealing a setback to her family's efforts to secure a pardon. Her family members have issued a desperate appeal to the centre to intervene in the matter and negotiate her release with the Yemeni authorities. Posting on his social media handle on X, MEA spokesperson Randir Jaiswal said that the centre would provide necessary assistance to Nimisha's family in their efforts to secure her release. The Kerala native is accused of murdering a Yemeni citizen, Talal Abdo Mahdi, who she met in 2014.
Our demand is to the central government of India to act promptly and in a speedy way. India government has appointed a Yemeni lawyer to act on behalf of Nimisha Priya, that is 4 years back. Now being the presidential order to sentence her has come, there is no time for us to continue, so that government has to involve immediately with the Yemen government to stop the execution.
Nimisha said that Mahdi helped her start her clinic in 2015 but soon turned violent and abusive. She allegedly injected him with sedatives in 2017, resulting in his death from a suspected overdose. Speaking to Republic, her lawyer Subhash Chandran called on to the centre to secure Nimisha's release by negotiating a blood money deal with the Yemeni authorities.
Discussion with the tribal leaders in Yemen, and we have the same Nimisha Priya International Action Council, which is formed for saving the life of Nimisha. We have already transferred around 38 to 40 lakhs rupees to the negotiated there. So we are still hopeful. The government, if the government, the Ministry of External Affairs, the mission there intervenes to this issue and reach out to the victim's family, and if they can convince the victim's family, if they are ready to accept the blood money and pardon her, her life will be saved.
Earlier this year, her mother flew to the Yemeni capital of Sana'a to claim clemency for her daughter, but her efforts came to naught. Her execution is scheduled to be carried out in a month. As the MEA comes out in her support, is there hope for Nimisha Priya?
Alright, with this we come to an end of this broadcast, as also for the broadcasts of the day. In fact, here's wishing you all a very happy, prosperous and safe New Year. In fact, in some parts of the world, it's already New Year. Leaving you with pictures coming in from the Sydney harbour.